Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about multiplication and division in linear inequalities. So we have a couple of two-step equations here. We know how to do two-step equations. And thankfully, inequalities don't really present that much higher a level of difficulty than what we've already learned. We still need to follow all of the same steps. We just have one additional special rule. You might already see it over here, but we'll address that when it comes up. So let's take a look at this first problem. 6x plus 4 is greater than 28. Like we said when talking about addition and subtraction in linear inequalities, what I like to do is kind of treat this as if the inequality is an equal sign, solve this like we would anything else. So we need to get that x on its own. We have a 6 and a 4 there that need to move. Well, the 6 is multiplying, the 4 is adding. We need to get rid of addition and subtraction first. So I'm going to do the inverse operation for 4. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. That cancels these out, leaving me with 6x left on the left-hand side of the inequality, and 28 minus 4, or 24, on the right-hand side. Now I get to finish up the problem. That 6 is multiplying, so I'm going to go ahead and divide and get that x all on its own. Cancel out the 6. X is greater than 24 over 6, or 24 divided by 6, which is 4. Well, I have the answer to my inequality at this point. But as you know, we probably want to go ahead and plot that on a number line. So let's do that. I'm going to put 4, 5, and 3 here. I'm going to put a circle at the 4, because that's the number in my final inequality. And then I'm going to think, fill it in or no? No. We're not going to fill it in because it is not or equal to. It can't actually be 4. And then I want to put an arrow in the direction that my inequality tells me. X is greater than 4, so I'm going to make the arrow go towards the larger or greater numbers, just like so. And if I want to check my work, I can take one of these larger numbers, such as 5, and plug it into my original problem. Let's do that real quick. 6 times 5 plus 4 is greater than 28. Well, 6 times 5 is 30, and 30 plus 4 gets me 34. Is 34 greater than 28? Is it a larger number? Absolutely it is. So it looks like my diagram and my answer are doing good. They look correct. All right, let's take a look at this second problem. And to be honest, this is the really important one for us to talk about. We start this out doing the exact same thing. We go ahead and solve our two-step equation like we normally would. We want to begin by adding 3 to the other side. So canceling these out, leaving us with negative 5x is less than or equal to negative 23 plus 3, or negative 20. Now we want to get x on its own, so we would say negative 5 is multiplying it, so let's divide by negative 5. So we'll do that. Now here is where the important rule comes in. Let's read what this has to say. When multiplying or dividing by a negative, you must flip the inequality. And what I mean by flip is take a less than, turn it into a greater than, or turn a greater than and flip it into a less than. The inequality must change direction. It has to open to the other side. This occurs, like I said, anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number. Now I want to state very clearly, addition or subtraction, not the case. If you're subtracting a number over there, it may look negative. Technically it is, but it is not multiplication or division. You only flip the fraction and you must flip the fraction when multiplying or dividing by a negative. Flip the fraction, what am I saying? Flip the inequality. So since I am dividing by this negative, these negatives 5's cancel out. It leaves me with just x. My inequality must flip, it must turn around. It has to go from a less than or equal to a greater than or equal to. And then negative 20 divided by negative 5, well, that's positive 4. So I have my inequality finished up. I have my inequality solved here. X is greater than or equal to 4. Great, wonderful, right? Let's plot this on a number line and then check our answer. I bet this number line is going to look pretty similar to my previous one. You all might notice there's one exception though. I'm going to put a circle around the 4. Do I fill it in? I do, because it is an or equal to. And then my arrow, well, it says x is greater than or x is larger. So I'm going to go ahead and put that arrow in the right direction. Let's go ahead and plug in a number. I always like to just choose one larger, so let's choose 5. My original equation, negative 5 times x, or let's say negative 5 times 5 minus 3, less than or equal to negative 23. Negative 5 times 5, well, that is negative 25. Negative 25 minus 3, that is negative 28. And is negative 28 less than or equal to negative 23? It absolutely is. If we would not have flipped that inequality sign, we wouldn't have got the right answer. So it's really important to recognize we always need to do that. It's a very easy mistake to make, forgetting to do it, especially the first few times you're trying this out. That's why I highly recommend checking your answer and making sure what you plugged in for x gets you an inequality that is true. If you have any questions about this, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching.